get up and work. It's like nobody wants to work these days. Am I coming off like that? I'm not trying to, but I'm just saying. I am definitely not where I thought I would be at 27 years old. I know that's young to some people. I know that's a bit older for some people, but where I am in life right now, not what I envisioned for myself. I wanted to share some things that came to mind today and how we can stop comparing our life to others, stop comparing where you are right now to your neighbor, to your high school classmate, to your colleague. We need to stop comparing overall. And I think most of the time it's probably sparked by social media, where you do get life updates from your peers, or it's sparked by conversation, maybe from your family member telling you about how someone, you all right? You okay? She's okay. Maybe from your family member telling you about how someone else that you grew up with is doing and what job they got, where they're at in school. For me at 27, I thought I'd have one child. I thought I would be making $70,000 a year. I thought I would be married. I got that check, thankfully, for myself. That's something that I'm very happy with. I have a home, which I'm very grateful for and happy with. And I also thought I would be somewhere else. I thought I'd be in a different state. I did end up moving out of Ohio, but I'm not in a state that necessarily was on my bucket list, my dream list. I thought I'd be more well-rounded in travel. I thought I'd be able to experience a lot more cultures and try new foods. I thought a lot of things. I thought my opportunities would stay the same forever, but that's not the case. I think for me, when I said that I wanted to have a child at this point in my life, I would see a lot of people from high school, even my cousins, just having successful families and being able to have family members for support. And it's so hard to just not get in your head sometimes and be like, wow, I wish I had that, lucky them, And so what got me out of that rut was thinking about this moment right now. If I hadn't lost family members, if I hadn't had these cards that were dealt for me versus someone else getting it, I don't think my character and my personality would be the way that it is. Not trying to brag or anything, but I just feel like it's a bit more known that if you grew up with less, if you've been treated less than, I feel like in general, you're a bit more understanding and you're a bit more of a humble person. You have a little bit more to your character. I feel like you'll be able to understand more things than the more privileged person. That's just my opinion. That's the way that it is for me. So that's what I'm just stating. If you're someone who is comparing your life to your neighbor right now, I want you to think about what's going well in your life. Really think about it. Think long and hard, because I feel like it's super easy to say, well, nothing, obviously nothing. Number one, think about all of your abilities right now. Let me talk about for me. I have the ability to walk. Not everyone can use their limbs. I have the ability to use my own voice. Not everyone is verbal or can be verbal. Not everyone can use all of their limbs. Not everyone can be able to hold 10, 20 pounds, brush their own teeth, bathe themselves, cook for themselves, cook for their loved ones. Not everyone can do that. Not everyone has the freedom to watch YouTube or create a YouTube video. And so, I have a job, which I'm very grateful for. I have a car, which I'm very grateful for. And I don't think it's fair to negate or deflect a lot of your feelings that you're feeling. I want you to have those feelings. You're okay to express yourself. You're okay to be sad, of things that you don't have. But after you express it, then I need you to count your blessings and count what you're grateful for. Because I feel like that time after you express your feelings, the more that you linger onto that, that's time that you could have been using to work towards your goals. For example, I recently had a goal to create a high yield savings account. I have an overall goal to be more financially literate. And I've started to do some research. I started following some financial people like Your Rich BFF, and I needed to create a high yield savings account, but it's been months and then I hadn't. Well, this past, November, because it's December now, weird. This past November, I finally did it. I finally created a high yield savings account. And then I gained $22 within the first week of creating that. That's $22 that I didn't have before. When you look at that analogy, I'm not saying just get up and do it. Well, kind of, but I'm not saying it in that tone. I'm basically saying I could have sat there longer. I could have sat there for many months longer thinking, I wish I had this going on. I wish I had an account set up where I can make more money. I wish I had more money. I wish I had privilege with that, generational wealth, etc. Once I finally put in the groundwork, even though it was, online, I just feel like still that's a lot of work, but I still did it. Once I did it, and once I, did some research, once I actually took the steps to do it, that still brought me closer to the goals that I set for myself. Sometimes the hardest part is just doing the research. Sometimes the hardest part is clicking off of social media, unfollowing people that don't serve you or add value to your life. And I want you to think about what little steps you can take to reach your goals. At the tender age of 27, I feel like that's still pretty young. I feel like, at least from what I hear, I feel like you're still young, you're still figuring it out. You're in prime bearing age. Sounds weird. And I guess you're supposed to be in your career field for 5 years or so. It's okay if you're not. It's okay if you didn't go to school. I think just the biggest thing is doing what you can to survive, especially at this time in life. Although I don't have 1 to 2 kids like my high school classmate, although I don't have a circle of friends, although I don't make 6 figures or I don't make $70,000 per year, I'm just still grateful to be here. I'm gonna allow myself to experience emotions, that's my right, but I'm still gonna try to figure out, try to work it out. Overall, we just need to try, and we need to just be realistic about things. I am grateful for a lot of things, and I just need to continue to put in the effort. I don't know how to play videos, but I don't know why the Kim Kardashian's video of get up and work, it's like nobody wants to work these days. I'm like low-key I'm like, am I coming off like that? I'm not trying to, but I'm just saying, put in the efforts for yourself and for your goals. Start with step 1. You don't have to be step 10. You don't have to be like your neighbor. Once I was able to do some research with the high yield savings account, it made it easier for me to do it. Once I just opened up my computer, it was so much easier to do it. That's it. That's all I had to say. I just wanted to put that information out into the universe, and hopefully my thought helps you. Are you having these thoughts? Do you feel envious of someone, and do you have specific goals that you're trying to reach that you would like to share with my channel, with the class? Let me know down below if you're open to. As always, like, share, subscribe. If you don't, I just appreciate you being here. And I love you guys. I will see you in my next video. Bye.